We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make... But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your ki, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are.
You can't contradict yourself like that.
Because you can't deny...
But remember...
Guess left can be right, sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. raccoon! Sharp. Careful of rope burns. Those burn. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Slice and dice. A smart foe would leave now. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It locked up tight? Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and they began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Sharp steel. That's going to leave a mark. Cutting edge. Critical. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a... It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the... The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. Had it not... Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does. Despite your heart growing dark, there's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. The potato people, or NONO, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little... You might... The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out forever. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow. You'll need a net. You handle that net like... He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need... Oh, it'll... Now that you've seen the... One day... He says you'd better hurry back to the... That's not true. He lost you there for a while. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life. Records tell of the root. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the world. He wants you to understand. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war. You're getting the hang of it. quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the story. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about...
Not as much as it hurts.
Always making...
And you're... Oh.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a the Myriad. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either... Myriad is convinced that defeating the... Out of... Regardless, you'll meet again once... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? Fits you well. You look good in that. It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. Chop it up. Got it. Hack and slash. You might want to fall back. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. Watch out for you. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. It says they're wary of strangers.
Sibi? Lappanen aginkanman. Keratna falo hutut mustugai lavute. Karab la kambu.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort but he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on... He's convinced you... If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. He didn't expect that of you. You're the essence of a being born good. It seems that he thinks you should reconsider and follow your heart instead of your mind. Otherwise, he'll have no choice but to treat you as a rival. He offers you to return and take your place at his side when you've found out you've picked the wrong one. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Jackney's Stick Fort as soon as you can.
Gula mamosse.
He says that not taking a side in the tribe war is the same as taking the other side.
Wa pala misa.
Goodbyes are not forever. They're not the end. Says they're cautious of non-allies.